everybody, and welcome to today's cryptocurrency analysis. And today we would be looking at one of our favorite coins on the channel, which is QNT or Quant. And today we would be looking at a lot of things. We'll be looking at the news, we will be looking at Quant on the chart, and probably the price prediction of where we think Quant will be going for the past few days. We have been looking at corn for a while on the channel, and if you have been following us, you know it has been a wild ride down from the lows, round down to the highs, right? We're talking about quant down at the lows, even probably about the $100 range, right? Probably around this range, and then we had a huge push up, right? Even to this point where I began to call for a correction around this place, right around the 184 region. We pushed up quite a bit, even to the 224, and now we are having that correction. And I'll be telling you what I expect from quant as a whole on the chart, right? As you can see, the price of quant today it's at 159. I'll be telling you what I'm expecting quant to do in the next few hours, days, and probably week, right? So let's move over to the chart, and today we'll begin from this chart, and this is QNT on the weekly, right? I have been saying that probably I've been expecting quant, right? We're still gonna have a run, but I'm expecting quant to retest the 145 level, right? If you go back to our video, said probably we still have our road to 400, but probably we could see quant, right, return back to the 145 region, and that is the last shakeout. So we've been saying that we probably expect a larger shakeout. We expect something like this, probably something goes like this, and then boop, come back like this, right? Because nothing goes in a straight line, right? And then we said expecting something like this, right? Probably should see quant around the 400 range, probably in a few months' time. So we said we've been expecting, right, this correction down to the downside at about 145 region, and that will be the last shakeout before we have a huge run. And we could see, right, everything is going according to plan. If we can see our RSI on the weekly showing a bearish divergence, and that was how I knew that probably we need to have some correction down to the downside, and probably we could see quant move over to the 145 141 region, right? Just the last shakeout before we have our explosive move. So we could see the RSI might come down to cool down about a bit. Same thing with our stochastic. Our stochastic needs to cool down. It needs to cool down. Probably with our FOMC meeting, we might still see some volatility, but we need to cool down even on the weekly, right? As you can see, we were oversold on the weekly on the stochastic, and that was where we had our large push, right? Even for quant. And so we need to cool down on the weekly, right, to probably even for our stochastic to the 22 region, probably we should be around 141, around the 140 145 region. So we need to cool down a bit. Same thing with the uh, MACD needs to cool down a bit before we go on another huge run. So we've been saying that even if we move over to our lower time frames, same thing as you can see, bearish divergence on our lower time frame, we should be expecting it. Same thing as you can see at around the 141, 140 region, right? Same thing as we could see on all time frames that we should see quant move around the 141 135 region. Same thing confirming as we could see our RSI on the 3 days very overbought, so we need to correct a bit, right? Same thing we could see on our stochastic moving down a bit, that we need to correct a lot. Same thing we could see on our MACD, lot a heavy bearish divergence on the MACD, as you can see. This is a bearish divergence on the MACD, right? Very, very bearish divergence on the MACD, something like this, right? This is the MACD on the 3 days time frame. So probably we should see a cross down to the end. As you can see, when we saw a cross, we saw a huge change in price. So probably we could see a cross, and that could take quant down even to the lower level. Same thing with our RSI. See our RSI bearish divergence, right? So you can see another bearish divergence. So we need to come down on the RSI and cool down a bit, right? Cool down. We really, really need to cool down a bit even on the RSI, right? So as you can see, heavy bearish divergence. We need to come down a bit. So that will be the last shakeout, as you can see, in the price of quant, right? And so we're gonna have a large shakeout probably to the 130, 135 region, right, before we move back up, right? If you go to our daily, confirming the same thing, right? As you could see, bearish cross on the alligator indicator, right? As you can see, every time we had this bearish cross, we came down. This level, we came down how many percent on the alligator? We came down 21%. And anytime we have the cross, right, on the daily, we had the cross here, we pushed up on 24%. We had the cross here on the chart, we pushed up quite a bit. Let's get it. Pushed up about 98%. Now we're having the cross on the daily, so we should push back probably to the next resistance, sorry, the next support, which is around the 130, 132 region, right? Around this area, we should push down to this area around the 130, 135. So that's going to be the last shakeout, right? We should have the last shakeout before our next push up. So everything telling us we need to have our last shakeout. As you can see right now, even on this chart, this is proving the same thing, that we need to correct down probably even to the 149 region, right? As you can see, huge support at the 149 region, 150 region, right? Same thing with the other chart, telling us that, ooh, we have a huge correction coming in the price of quant. On our 3 days, same thing, as you can see, right? Bearish divergence on the oscillator, also bearish divergence on this relative strength. Probably should see quant at the 139 region according to this chart, right? So quant, we should see quant at the 139, 140 region. So everything in this chart telling us that we really, really need to see the last shakeout before we push up. So that's what I've been saying for a while. We need to see a shakeout in the price of quant, right? A lot of people are leverage longs, right? So we need to take them out, right? A lot of leverage longs, right? Take them out a bit, come to around the 141, 39 region before we push back up. So probably we should have the last shakeout soon, right? Probably FOMC today. The FOMC is happening today, so that's going to be a large catalyst for that, right? And so we have, when we have a large catalyst for that, we should see the price push up. So if you like the chart and everything we're sharing, please click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, please share with your friends, right? And we would be looking at a lot of coins and the macro in general and what we're expecting also for other coins. So if you like the channel, do not fail to like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.